I wanted to wrap up this whole conversation, asking you about your views on the future outlook of banking. What does banking look like, let's say in 2030? The reason I ask this is because now we have seen a lot of fintechs also coming in. Paytm का भी IPO आने वाला है, which is into payment bank and वो payment solutions provide करते हैं. Then a lot of these fintechs coming up, a lot of them, right? I just want to understand कि 2030 में जो ये banks हैं, will they be totally replaced by all these fintechs out there? And छोटे 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 fintechs इनको totally हटा देंगे, और these banks and fintechs will sort of uh, work together to build an economic system for our country, and 2030 में इंडिया इन्हीं के ऊपर एक और भी better economy बन पाएगा. I just want to understand your opinion here.
Okay, so probably I will divide it into two major parts. One thing, banking growth for next 10 years, and then influence of fintech, what is happening in the fintech space. So first part, banking growth, I think still the growth of banking, if you talk about the banking size in India and similar in China, I think the kind of potential Indian industry has for banking, say the kind of growth that probably HDFC, Kotak, Axis, ICICI would be having for next 10 years, provided they have good management, which I know for the bank, most of them have, is pretty huge. I think very easily the consistent compounder that we talk about from Saurabh Mukherjee, HDFC and Kotak would be multiplying themselves every year on year with a good growth of 15-18% of credit growth and all these things, because अभी भी penetration बहुत ज़्यादा होनी है. India is a growing country, credit की बहुत requirement है. I think growth potential for banking industry specifically, even if you talk about getting the pie out of those PSUs, is also a very big growth potential. Even if we say that we are saturated, but अभी हमारा share 40 यहाँ पर है और 60 यहाँ पर है, I think the ratio is very much different. 60 यहाँ से 20% ले आएंगे तब भी बहुत बड़ा share है, right? Now comes in the fintech space. Fintech में बहुत कुछ different आ रहा है. Say we have lot many crowdfunding platforms. We have P2P lending. We have platform like Credex, which is pooling the money from, say 3 lakhs from you, 4 lakhs from me, 5 lakhs from somebody else, and lending it to businessmen who actually they have bills from different corporates, all digital lending, right? And giving them good rate of interest. Say for a 90-day window, they're giving you ROI of almost close to 10.5%, 11% from companies like Apario also, right? Future retail also. So वहां पर for a 90-day period, if I'm getting that rate of interest, I think it is unparalleled. Only thing that you need to be concerned of is risk. Of course, there is a risk attached, though these companies are explaining that nothing bad has happened, but anytime it can happen. If it happens, your money is lost forever. Second, platform like Paisa Bazaar or say Credmint. Credmint is doing what? They have a huge amount of data, and they know about the spending of what kind of products I am spending on, or my family or your family is spending on. So basis that they are ready to give you a return. Say Kashish wants to invest in Credmint, they will be giving you a ROI of 9-10%, and they would be lending it to different customers with good CIBIL score. That is their basic criteria. 730 से ऊपर का CIBIL score होगा तभी वो lend करेंगे at a ROI of 15-16%. So Kashish ने पैसा दिया क्रेड को, क्रेड ने पैसा दिया कुलभूषण को 16% पे. My concern is, if Kulbhushan is having a good CIBIL of 730, why would I go to Credmint? I would rather be going to a bank, a ICICI bank, which will be giving me a PL of 10-11%. Only thing, if Kulbhushan is not a good customer, but still somehow managing 730 का CIBIL, that is when I will be coming to Credmint. कि मुझे कहीं से नहीं मिल रहा है, मैं 16% पे यहाँ से मिल जाएगा. I am more than happy to take it. So for sure, all these tech platforms, even if they develop product, their lending for sure would be subprime. So I have tried कि Credmint की lending कहाँ पे हो सकती है? न्यू एज स्टार्टअप्स जिनको 4-5 लाख की फंडिंग चाहिए, फाउंडर का सिबिल अच्छा है, स्मॉल किराना स्टोर्स जिनको बैंक रेडिली केटर नहीं कर रहे हैं, business loans, because unsecured loans from the banks are normally they start from 15, they go as high as 24. So वो वाला पाई जो थोड़ा सा खाली रहता है, that is the pie they would be catering to. They would for sure not be catering to a good salaried customer having good CIBIL, not. So वो फर्क रहेगा ही रहेगा. And over the period of time, I think all these fintech platforms would be merging slowly and slowly with the banking system, because banking is also evolving. Banks are seeing which platform is doing what. Say, giving you example of Paisa Bazaar. Paisa Bazaar, after getting that, publishing that ad of get your civil checked for free. So you, me, everybody else started checking their civil score. So civil score सबका उनके पास आ गया. But they did, they went to banks. They said कि हमारे पास ये data है, ये इनका civil score है, you give us pre-approved loans. So I know for Delhi market, 3 years back, Yes Bank, relatively a very small bank in Delhi market only, with that pre-approved loan, they were able to lend close to 25 crores. So 25 crores in PL is almost like an income of 2 crore rupees, right? So इतना income सिर्फ दिल्ली की market से pre-approved loans जिन्होंने बैठ के खाली बैठ के अपना सिविल चेक किया था. So that is the kind of discussion they are having. So development hogi, but I think over the period of time they will be merging with banks only. Paytm is a different story. I think you, me, everybody else is using Paytm, right? So phone पे वगैरह बहुत सारे आ गए, but Paytm जैसे it was like Pepsi, कि मुंह से Pepsi ही निकलता है, जैसे मुंह से Paytm ही निकलता है कि Paytm करो. I think Paytm, despite all the see, it is a loss-making company, all those things. I think Paytm would be doing better than other companies like Cred and different platforms.
Okay, so what I could make out of this is कि भाई आप अपने platforms बना लो, आप छोटे छोटे अपने target customers को भी पकड़ लो, but you can't operate without having क्या बोलते support from these banks, because these banks have been writing loans for past 30 years and उनके पास कुछ तो experience है जो आप अचानक से आके एक टेक प्लेटफॉर्म बना के नहीं कर सकते. You need that banking mind. And it's not a cup of tea of all these engineers जो code लिखते हैं and they can just make a platform. And this does make a lot of sense, because banking is something that requires a lot of intelligence, which is probably why आज इंडिया में सिर्फ 2 ही 3 ऐसे बैंक्स हैं जिन्होंने genuinely अच्छी wealth create की है अपने investors के लिए.